Welcome to our introduction to Geffenbaby absorbers. We do have a little pile here. As you could see on their website, Geffenbaby offer quite a variety of sizes, fabric and types to choose from. So today we would like to go through all of them and talk more about how you can build your own diaper stash just using these, or how they would complement other diapering solution that you might already have or you are wishing to purchase. So if you have browsed the website, you will have probably found that Geffenbaby absorbers come in 3 sizes. The first size is newborn. They're fairly small, but they are still very absorbent, and we use them all the way from birth to basically potty training because they are super slim. To add to all-in-one diapers, you can pop them in with your flannels or any kind of flits or pre-flits, and they just are incredibly well made, and they will truly last through 2-3 children without any problems from birth to potty. The second size is the standard size, the size in the middle, which is, you can see it's slightly longer. These are also perfect from quite early on. They work very well in fitted diapers. You can combine them with the newborn diapers to make actually your own, basically an equivalent of any all-in-two systems, or they fit well in pocket diapers as well, and also in all sorts of folds and flats and pre-flits and pre-folds and anywhere where you need that extra boost. The first size is their plus size, which, as you can see, is much longer, and it will need working with, generally folding. You can either fold it in half depending on how big your baby is, what you're boosting and what you're using it with. They would probably be okay on their own for very small children, but as your child grows you might need to combine them with the other sizes in your stash. As for fabric, there are 3 different materials that you can choose from. The first one is hemp jersey. That is 40% organic cotton and 60% hemp. It's an amazing blend which is really well made and well woven. It's not prone to holes like other blends that you might have experience with. It washes very well, it shrinks very well, so it fits beautifully in newborn diapers, but it can also, as I've mentioned, be used for all sorts of all-in-one diapers where you would actually struggle to put anything bigger in there. The jersey the jersey absorbers tend to be slightly slimmer than the fleece hemp ones, and they are really good because they manage to absorb and wick all the moisture away using the whole of the absorber. Compared to the fleece, which you can see is this one is also quite well pre-washed, but it's slightly thicker in shape, but shorter because they do work differently as they shrink. The jersey will wick slightly slower, whereas the fleece is the one that you want to keep in top if you are layering them, because it what it does, it wicks the moisture really beautiful into the absorber, and then the jersey will basically just pull it all down and underneath. The third material that is on offer is microfiber. It only comes in the plus size, and it's something that cannot be used directly on the baby's skin because it can cause redness and dryness because of its fast wicking properties. The good thing about microfiber is that it absorbs extremely fast. So if you have a child who has started flooding your diapers, this in combination with a fleece liner or under a different layer is a perfect solution, because what it does, it basically takes it absorbs all the moisture and all the liquid really fast, and it does require a much more absorbent layer underneath because on its own it does not really hold the liquid. So if it's pushed, it will go back onto the skin or back into the diaper. So whilst it's fast, it's not long lasting, and but it's a brilliant tool to use alongside with the natural fabric materials. If we look at how they work throughout the wash and what happens to them, you will see that when you receive them and as you wash them, they do shrink quite a lot. Ideally, they need about 10 washes to get to full absorbency. And you will see that the fabric changes as well. The jersey, that except for it becoming for the weave becoming tighter and thus more absorbent, they don't see it does not really shift in the wash quite so much. The fleece, as you see, you can, so when it comes it's really soft, and they still retain their softness compared to other hemp absorbers or hemp diapers, but they do pill a bit. That's just the way the material is, and that's absolutely normal, and there is no need to worry about it not being well made or affecting the absorbency or the quality of the diaper in any way. So how did we use them? Oh, we use them daily. We love them, and they were our to-go inserts, and throughout our diapering journey we actually found many ways how to use them on their own, or we kind of discovered what works well in different diapering systems. So for a teeny tiny baby, you are perfectly fine with the absorbers on their own if you're okay to wash covers frequently. They do provide a very slimline solution, and you just layer them, and this would be an equivalent actually of an all-in-one diaper in terms of absorbency. If you have a baby where you actually have poo explosions every time, which is quite common for breastfed babies, then you would probably want to use them, one of them in an extra small fitted, or you could also use them with smaller flats, or you could use them with pre-folds to add on extra absorbency and to have the containment that you need. From once we've gone past the newborn stage, they will work really nice with Geffen flannel, where you can just incorporate them in different kinds of folds. This is the origami fold, where you can just place them inside and add quite a couple of ounces of absorbency. They will also work quite well when you're transitioning from the newborn baby to a bigger baby. They work well with the green regular fleece absorber because they you can just layer them. You can also choose to layer them with any of the jersey ones and continue using them throughout. As mentioned, they can be used in Geffen fitteds. As you see, they do fit quite neatly in, and you are not really adding any bulk at all, or any all-in-one diapers that you have in your stash. Those could be ones where you have an extra pocket, or they actually work really well even on top, because they will, because of them being so slim, they will not raise your elastics, and you're less prone to leaks, and you've better adding half of the absorbency of what you would normally have with all-in-one diapers. So within the newborn range, we have the jersey one, the newborn quick absorber, and we have the newborn super absorber, which is the hemp fleece one. The fleece one is slightly more absorbent, and as we mentioned, is a little bit wider, so it might not fit into all of your all-in-one diapers. So if you're purchasing one to boost diapers when there's not quite so much space, I would definitely recommend the quick jersey one. Moving up to the next size, that's the one in the middle. We have 3 options to choose from. We have a full fleece, hemp fleece option, which is another super absorber, and that one is probably the most, not probably, but definitely the most absorbent and the most versatile piece that you will have in your diaper stash, especially if you use all-in-two systems, or if you use any kind of flats or pre-flats where you can boost without limits of size and of width. The other one is the jersey one, which we actually did not use much, so that's not, I only have one, and it's not really been pre-washed. There is no reason why we wouldn't like it. We simply had quite a lot of high absorbers. So the quick one is full jersey, both sides, same grade absorber, and it shrinks fairly well, and it fits really well in most existing all-in-two systems, especially if you have 2 layers. You can easily sandwich them in between poppers, and it stays put, and it actually shrinks into a size of standard one size all-in-two systems. The third type is kind of a mixture of both. It's got fleece on one side, and it's got jersey on the other side, and it's called high absorber, which was our most used and most popular one. I suppose the reason being is that it I just kind of bought them when before my little one was born, and I had quite a few of them, and they worked. And if they work, there's no reason to switch to something else. They are amazing, as I mentioned, because the two materials, the two types of fabric will work together. They are trim. They can be a teeny bit, they might need a teeny bit of stretching when you take them out of the wash, because you have two different materials, two different fabrics that work and wash in a different way. So you are not going to get, the nice, neat, flat absorber that you would have when you use a single fabric. But then again, they work really. I've never really had any problems in terms of them being misshapen or leaking or poking out of diapers. So what did we use the medium size for? They can really go into any kind of covers. They worked really, really well in combination with the newborn one, to either boost our flittle for naps, or they also worked really well on their own in various pocket diapers that we had in our stash of different brands and different makes. They also were quite handy from once we passed the newborn stage, and we combined them with the plus size ones. We would fold them and just layer them, and they would make a really, really trim solution, which was perfect on the go. When we went out, you don't have to carry that much, and yet you with these two you get more than what your standard all-in-one system would be. I had a medium wetter. I would say he definitely did pee a lot. He wasn't a heavy wetter that would just pee through anything, but these two were a nice combination for a good 3-hour stretch, and they were fat when out and about. In terms of like using these in fitteds, so you can definitely, that's the size that fits the best. Either the fleece ones, but I found actually that I preferred the high one, because it's slightly slimmer, and it just fitted really nicely, and it was great to boost them for, again, trips outside, or for naps, or when he was in summer, when they tend to drink and be much more, because they down a juice and then it just all comes flooding. So these would be a very handy size to use. The third size that you can choose, and are the plus absorbers, which again we have. So we will have the super one, which is the hemp fleece one. Then we have the jersey one, quick absorber plus, and then the ultra absorber plus in microfiber, which is kind of, it's just an add-on to other diapering systems, because it cannot be used directly on the baby's skin. With these plus ones, so initially when my little one fed quite a lot through the night, so I would use this one to boost my night fitted nappies, but as time went on, and he fed less and less, then these got free to these got freed up to be used in our day-to-day systems. So pocket diapers sometimes, especially in winter, when you know, especially when you're not using a dryer, the shells would dry really quickly, whereas the inserts can take forever to dry. So I would just use the medium size with any of the plus hemp absorbers, and this would make a wonderful equivalent to whatever needed to go in that pocket nippy. And as I mentioned, they work really well in covers and on their own. You can just add a fleece liner if your baby skin is sensitive and does not respond well to moisture. But they are such nice fabric, and they're just probably the best materials that can go close to your baby's skin, provided that your baby is not prone to eczema or redness from wetness. So I wouldn't really worry about using them with anything else. The long plus absorbers, we also like them with Fleddle for naps, and as time went on, when he when he stopped breastfeeding at night, we actually were okay to use the Fleddle with either the Quick Plus or the Super Plus absorber as a night diapering option with a suitable cover on top. These do work with both pawl covers, or we also use them with woolies because you can fasten the fold, and you can also adjust the fold to the size of your child as they grow. So these on their own are actually quite a nice combination that you can again use from a slightly bigger baby, perhaps not a newborn baby, because the Fleddle could be a bit bulky, all the way to potty training. What we really liked about the absorbers is the fact that you can just mix and match, and you always have that extra thin layer that you can add on either to what you already have, or because when you're diapering, your needs keep changing. A lot of people believe that once they buy a certain set of diapers, that's what it is, and that should take them to potty training. But as it is often the case with children, they do like to surprise us, and I think the diapering journey can be quite a ride if you don't have the right nappies, because you can get leaks. You can get rashes from nappies not absorbing properly, and so we've never really had that problem, as I knew that I always had a absorber in my drawer that could just fill in the gap when we were transitioning, when we were drinking more, when we started weaning, when he was nursing more, when he was ill. It always saved us. So hopefully you will find the video useful, and you will find Geffenbaby absorbers a useful part of your own stash, because they really are worth it.